if you guys want to look at the proportions of Martyn Ford, he's one of the most proportionally unique human beings who has ever lived, no question about it. And because he's in Mortal Kombat as Shao Kahn, it was a real privilege to do tailoring for Martyn Ford. We were hanging out with Eddie Hall, and if you guys have seen our work with Eddie Hall, we did this amazing Cloud Strife Final Fantasy VII suit for Eddie Hall. And Eddie Hall said, hey, you should call my buddy Martyn. And so we connected with Martyn. We went up there, measured him, and delivered the first suit, was a Shao Kahn suit. And then from there, we were able to design a wardrobe for Martyn Ford. And so here we're going to go through a couple of his outfits. So business casual outfit for Martyn Ford, very difficult fit. I had this problem a lot with NHL players. When I worked with NHL players, they have such big thighs, they cannot buy jeans from a store. So we had to custom make jeans they can fit their legs into. Martyn had the same issue. We had to custom make jeans so that just his thighs would fit in. And this is a very stretchy Japanese denim, and they look great. So we combined it with a business casual safari jacket. So a safari jacket is built like a suit jacket. It can be half canvas, it can be full canvas. Safari jackets can have functional sleeves. All the details of a suit. The difference is there's no lapel on a safari jacket. It's got a collar, but it's designed like an overshirt. So it almost looks like a dress shirt, but it's built like a suit. So it's got that luxury and character and structure of a suit jacket, but it's constructed more casually with a shirt type collar and of course safari patch pockets to kind of signify that it's a business casual garment. We can see this in the Michael Franzese's guide for Mastering Style and Elegance, where we've put together this 200-page encyclopedia of everything you need to know about clothing. Just for fun, we put peaches inside the jacket. It's a little cheeky reference to Nicolas Cage and John Travolta in Face Off, one of the coolest movies ever made.
You know, I can eat a peach for hours.
So that's the first outfit that we're going to be reviewing here for Martyn Ford. Let's go next. We kept the same jeans for this one because really the showpiece on this particular garment is a smoking jacket. So a smoking jacket is not a business casual jacket because you can't really wear it to a business meeting. Certainly not formal. A smoking jacket is designed to do exactly what it says. It's for smoking. Now, if you were going to a creative event like a party for actors or marketing executives, you don't need to go full tuxedo. You can do a mixed pair between a smoking jacket and like a dark trouser. But at this smoking jacket, we design it really for smoking a cigar. Can you put a tuxedo on and use it like a smoking jacket? I know somebody watching this will be like, oh, you can't do that. 20 years ago, they would have been right. By today's standards, it's perfectly reasonable to wear a tuxedo jacket like a smoking jacket. And for Martyn Ford, we also made him a tuxedo that I guess you could use a tuxedo jacket as a smoking jacket if he decides, although he's got the one that we made him. We did a very wide peak lapel. It was a 40s peak, so 4.5 inch, I think, to balance the fact that he's got very wide shoulder to waist ratio. This is similar for Tommy Fury. If you look at the tuxedo we made for Tommy Fury, we're mitigating for the width of the shoulder by increasing the width of the lapel to achieve more balance. So you can see those. All right, so let's talk about this interesting outfit. So this is a reefer jacket. Now, a reefer jacket is not the same thing as a pea coat. The reefer is slightly shorter than a pea coat. So a pea coat would be like 3/4 length and a reefer would be a little bit shorter. So this is a reefer jacket. And he's wearing it over a 150 thread count wool trouser in a brown. So because we have the brown earth tone, we want to match it with an earth tone. So we match it with the Giza 45 cotton, the best cotton in the world. And then we match that with the reefer jacket. So you're throwing the reefer jacket over a shirt and pant combo. So it's a business casual look. Reefer jackets work for both business and smart casual. One of the things you want to consider, guys. So imagine if you have a guy who's like very, very out of shape and they wear a Hawaiian shirt, then that guy kind of looks like the, you know, like the prototypical like lazy slob. So I tell guys, the more in shape you are, the more colorful your clothing can be because it actually brings the right kind of attention to you. So very like audacious patterns work incredibly well on very built guys, which is why we did some very audacious patterns for Martyn Ford. We did some very audacious patterns for Phil Heath. We did some very audacious patterns for AJ McLean. If you're very, very fit and very good shape, audacious colors and patterns will work very well on you. This is actually covered in the Franzese's Guide for Style and Elegance. We covered different body shapes. And so you can see like which patterns actually work with men with broad shoulders. And it's quite more diverse than guys that don't have that sort of athletic aesthetic. So something to consider for Martyn Ford is we can go with audacity with him. And also, you know, Martyn's got the tattoos, like that go all the way up his head, basically. So matching that with different kind of vibrant colors reflects really well on a guy with his persona, his image, and his build. So in LGFG, we have a certain suit that LGFG makes, which is we put a custom message in the stripe. We made 2 suits for Rob Schneider that say you can do it. We have a goal as a company to go to 100 million. And so Rob Schneider actually wrote to LGFG, you can do it, 100 million. We made the same suit for Russell Peters with his name in the stripe. We did that suit for MGF as well. He actually wore it to a WWE event. AJ McLean got one from us too. With Ozzy, we put his name into a gold stripe on a black 3/4 length suit. three-piece. Amazing look. For Martyn, we did the same suit, so you can check it out here and let us know which of these suits is your favorite. So this is a chav suit or a trainer suit we made for Martyn Ford. Notice that it's a bomber jacket with a matching pant combo. There are different kind of collars you can do on these. So we did a safari collar on this bomber jacket, which is one of the standard collars you can do on a chav suit. One of my favorite things you can do on a chav suit, though, you can also put a half moon collar, which basically has no collar. It's like a little half moon. So we've done a bomber suit now for Russell Peters, and for Russell Peters with a hooded bomber suit, and we also did a hooded bomber suit for Michael Franzese. And so we also did a bomber for Martyn Ford, which for athletic guys, bomber suits are absolutely a must because they are so elegant and refined, and Martyn Ford got one now too. So what do you guys think about this look? Who do you like more? Do you like Phil Heath in it? Do you like Martyn Ford? Maybe you like the Greg Doucette one we did. So I had a little bit of a tiff. There's this guy named Second Button online, and the Second Button said that overshirts cannot be used as smart casual. They are purely casual, and that's not true. Today's smart casual absolutely includes an overshirt. So if Martyn Ford is going out with jeans and a collared shirt, that is absolutely fine for smart casual, very basic, right? But maybe he wants to add some texture. Maybe he wants to add some color. Maybe he wants to add some pizzazz. There's a number of reasons, but maybe he wants to add just a little bit of a drop of formality. Notice how adding this on top of a dress shirt absolutely elevates the look and makes it slightly more formal. I'll tell you a real story about Martyn Ford. So we go to Martyn Ford Delivers Clothing. We go through a photo shoot. We go through a video shoot. His team is there. Our team is there. Everybody's rocking and rolling. And as we finish, the SIM card came back with an error. And I thought, okay, this is done. We are screwed. We're not going to get the photos or the videos because the SIM card has an error in it. We just took, an hour or two of his time. And Martyn's like, well, if we have to do it again, let's just do it again. Martyn spends a lot of time in front of the camera, and he's a professional. So he knows that sometimes things go wrong, and technology is, technology's people too. Fails sometimes, So we redid the whole photo shoot, and so we ended up with all different looks because we mixed and matched at this point. We were just having some fun, right? Martyn then messaged me how much he loved the clothing. He actually messaged me and introduced me to Teddy Swims, the singer. I haven't gotten to meet Teddy yet, but he messaged me to introduce me to Teddy. He's like, hey, this guy's gonna love your stuff. He wants to work with you. And so we got to work with Martyn, and it wasn't just Martyn, right? There's a little circle there of these Manchester guys. There's Martyn Ford, Tommy Fury, Eddie Hall. They're all sort of working, and they all sort of run around with each other in the sense that they know each other and have similar aspirations in terms of being influencers in fields of sports and fitness and things like that. Eddie and Martyn are now transitioning to film and TV. Obviously, Tommy's started out on Love Island, so he's got a little bit of TV experience. I'm sure that he'll be doing more. They all support each other in their careers, and it was a real joy to work with Martyn. Very available for us to do our worst, as we can say, and I think he came out very happy because of all of this. And the other thing is, I'll text Martyn once every couple of months. Since we've done those photo shoots, we expected Martyn's career would take off, and of course it has. And seeing Martyn in all these amazing high-profile events wearing our clothing makes me proud.